Hello, my name is Coner Corbett and I'm the graphic designer here at Solas Studio. Today I'm going to give you a crash course on how to make artwork for enamel print production. I'll start with a blank canvas. Square is always easier to work with, but we want our biggest size to be 1.5 because we want to make a pen with the longest side at 1.45 inches. So I hit OK. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to copy and paste artwork into our tiny canvas. You can see here I have a shamrock design. All sides are touching all sides of the artwork are touching the edges because it happened to fit in the square, but the longest side is 1.5. So with the artwork on its own layer, we're going to open up a new layer. And this is going to be kind of my guide. I colored it in with green, so when I hide the artwork, I can see actually how big my canvas is. So make the artwork visible again. I'm going to go to Image, Canvas, and now I'm going to enlarge it so I have some space to work. I did 4x4 because that's enough space for me to work here. And you can see that our little light green square has still stayed the 1.5 shape, which is great. So now we know what size we're working with, our parameters, if you will. All right, so on a brand new layer, I'm going to open up a brand new layer. I'm going to select the brush tool, and I'm going to do black just so it's visible. And I'm going to have the brush set to, I think 15 is a good width. Yeah, I like that. And we want the line work to be as consistent as possible throughout the whole image. So no pressure setting set. I'm clicking on the layer with the image, and I'm going to lower the opacity. So I can still see it, but we're going to quickly trace. And I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. It's going to be a little rushed for the sake of this video. But see how I'm going in, I'm cleaning up the extra bits of line work that's coming into the art. I just want to see line work. I don't want to see anything else for this design. No extra detail, just the outside line work. And yeah, I think that's for the sake of this video. It's pretty simple enough. I'm going to go ahead now and hide the layer with the artwork. And because I wanted to stay within the 1.5 constraints, I'm going to transform the actual line work so it fits inside the little green square we have here. And now I'm able to hide the green square, and we kind of have an accurate to proportionate size artwork here of our pen. So if I hit view in actual size, this is what the actual size of the final pen is going to look like. It's going to feel. Yeah, and then what I want to for organization's sake, I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to quickly draw a little ruler here for myself and for the manufacturers when I send the artwork so they know exactly how big 1.5. Now we want to move on to color. I'm going to click on the original artwork layer here. I'm going to bring up the opacity again because I think I want to keep that green. Using my eyedropper tool, grabbing that green, hiding the artwork, and I'm opening up a brand new layer just for the color. Obviously, you're going to have the image is going to be nice and clean, but just pretend that this whole shamrock is colored in. Nice green. And our next step is now we want to figure out the Pantone. So when we send the artwork to the manufacturer, they don't get confused as to what green exactly it is. And now Photoshop has a really nifty tool. If you click on the color swatch and then you click on color libraries, bam, here are our Pantones, and the one that's selected is the one that we're working with. And just to make sure, I have my eyedropper tool here. Click on that green. So this is Pantone 361C. On the same layer as my color, I'm gonna make a little box, fill that in, and then I'm gonna take the text tool and I'm gonna write in Pantone 361, I believe I said C. And then that way, merge this on so the text is on the same layer as the color. That way, I have my one green here, and I can use it as a reference. And that's pretty much it as far as a single colored enamel pen shamrock goes. If I wanted to add more colors, let's say maybe this shamrock has some polka dots on it. So, weird looking shamrock, but let's add another color. And I want that color, brand new layer, I want that color to be pink so it's nice and poppy against the green. Quickly color this in. And when you're using more than one color, you have to keep in mind that the colors need to be separated from the line work or the metal when they print the final pen. You can have two colors touching, but that's using a process called screen printing, and it requires a lot more work, a lot more artwork, and the fees are a little higher. So yeah, we want to do the same thing, so find the same Pantone for the pink. Make this little box here, color it in. Then I'm going to click on the color swatch, color library, and then our Pantone color is selected, 1915C. I'm going to write that in. C. Make that pink. Whoops. Okay, there we go. And yeah, this is a very crude but rough example of how I would prepare the artwork, and this is what I would send to the manufacturers. The line would be a lot more cleaner, but they would get this as a JPEG. They would see that this has to be at least 1.5 inches tall, and then they have the color reference. And then from there, they'll ask me questions like what type of color metal I want to use. For this one, I did black, so I'd probably say black nickel. They might ask you how many clutches you want on the back. Ideally, you want 2, so your pin's not just spinning in place when you're wearing it. And little details like, do you want a rubber clasp or a butterfly clasp? Obviously, the more secure the clasps are, the higher the fees are going to be. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think if you were to send this rough shamrock, they would send you back a proof, a vector proof of the image, and then take it from there.